Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
Well, hey, hell, yo, bro. Welcome to the Johns Family Podcast for another week. Patricia, Jack, Cooper Johns, we are in World Cup fever. Just want to let people know straight from the outset, we are recording this the Wednesday morning, leading into the Wednesday game tonight. Hopefully, when we speak to you, when you hear this, we're in the final. We've beaten the Poms. We're going to talk about the shootout in a minute, but how you going?
I'm good, Matthew. How are you going, Trish?
Mate, by the way, sorry to hear about you've got a little tear in your bicep.
Yeah, torn bicep.
That's
not a little
tear. A miracle, because a little tear for a little bicep.
Well, they said if it was any bigger, then I would have required surgery. But they said, lucky you have the bicep of a small child. So that's actually come in handy. So thanks for putting shit on me. Just because I don't inject steroids into my ass.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Look at me. I'm just.
Remember that point where people? Remember that point, Jack, where people would always ask us if Dad was on steroids?
What? Really?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Go, look at his arms. Look at his arms, and they're going, and then they'd say things like,
me?
look at his head. It's just looking bloated. And I'm like, I don't know. I didn't really notice.
People used to ask us all the time, is your dad on steroids?
What people?
People at school, because when he first burst onto the scene with his amazing television show, which is on Fox League on Thursdays and Sundays, he used to wear really tight shirts, and his muscles would be pumped. And
You did wear tight shirts.
Yeah.
He did,
actually. He was real nuggety. He was real chody for a bit.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
You are chody.
Well, can you imagine?
How would you describe
I've gone
him
through
now?
my whole sporting career and then decide to get on steroids in retirement.
Yeah.
It sort of defeats sort of a purpose. If you're going to...
well, no one's
Mate, you'd be
drug
surprised.
testing
Many
you
people
later.
do it. Many people do it to recover.
Yeah, I've heard that.
right.
You hear about it all the time with retired athletes.
Well, it's not
especially contact sport athletes.
Yeah, well, it's not so much steroids. They take HIA, take human
HGH, you mean?
HGH.
HIA?
Well, I think I just...
Someone's going for a head check assessment.
Head injury assessment.
But hang on, the HGH, is that still an injection?
Yeah.
No chance he's doing that.
Yes.
Right,
Anything involving a needle.
Here's something for you, right? And this is a warning. I was in the gym one day and I was holding my shoulder because when I retired I was supposed to get a double shoulder reconstruction. Never happened. So anyway, I'm holding the shoulder. The guy came up and goes, mate, see you holding your shoulder quite a bit. So, yeah, this is a number of years ago. And he goes, mate, this is new stuff out, right? You should give it a crack. It's fantastic. I said, what is it? And he goes, peptides, right? Which I'd never, like you going, and I went, oh, God, never heard of it. And he goes, yeah, think called CJC 1295 or those. And I've gone, oh, mate, what is it like? What is a peptide? And anyway, he explained it. And I said, what is it, just a cream? And he said, no, mate, you inject it. And I went, well, as Trish will verify, I went, I'm out. I've got a massive favourite in needles. Anyways, no, it's as good as gold. Now, that person had numerous heart attacks.
Really? Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Because everyone, here's the thing about it. Here's the warning on things like steroids and human growth hormone. People go, oh, no, it's as good as gold. It's as good as gold. Well, I'll be honest with you.
Rest easy, old mate.
Unless it's approved by a doctor, then
Got a trip.
Well,
you don't do it.
FYI, even stuff approved by doctors have side effects.
Oh, yeah, but
Everything's got a side effect.
It's weighing up. The
Did he
pros and cons.
survive the heart attack, Cobber?
yeah, he did, but he's not in a great way.
Well, thank God no one in the NRL.
Anyway, sorry to start on
a.
a somber note.
Yeah.
Didn't that take a little turn? From
Yeah.
steroids to heart attacks.
Thanks for that.
Dolly the
Introductory.
sheep.
Yep, keep doing that. If you could, Mum's come up with this one today.
I did, it's a
if
good
you could
one.
give yourself a new weird name, i.e., as an example for your listeners in the car, Ye for Kanye or Symbol for Prince, which would you do and why? Trish, why don't you kick us off so we know?
I'm going for extra. Because
Eczema?
Extra. Because I go above and beyond. And if you have too much of me, I'll give you the shits.
Extra people's in the chewing
Thank
gum.
you.
That's not bad, Teach.
Thank
I don't
you.
mind that.
Yeah.
Well done. Jack?
I went with legs. The boys call me Jackie Legs And I asked them why, and they said I've got nice legs, so they call me the legs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if any of my teammates, anything happens in a game, they just refer to me as the legs.
I like it.
Jake
So I'll take legs.
Jake Clifford.
That's a good one.
Jake Clifford's got great legs.
Great
It's
legs.
The best legs I've ever seen in Knights history.
Yeah.
There
Really?
you go.
Mate, he's
Saves
a
them.
massive fan of the podcast, Jake Clifford. So there you go.
There you go.
Jakey.
Join your Cliff.
We'll have to get him a T-shirt. They're coming this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, when this comes out, they'll have been sent out. Everyone who's ordered them
He can order
will
one.
get them sent it out. Oh,
Dave, what about you?
Well, I've gone. Well, I mean, I wanted to stick with my original name. Remember last year you had to come up with a name. I was Edson Thunderclap. But anyway, I had to shift. So I've gone. Trish said you can't keep the same one. So I've gone along the lines of the symbol route, like the Prince. Now, my symbol represents my bloodline. The symbol of the USSR, to give an example, is the hammer and the sickle, representing the workers of industry and agriculture. My symbol is in the vein of the USSR. It's the shovel, representative of my family's coal mining heritage, and representing my work career is the stop-go sign. So when I worked in traffic control, so mine is the shovel and the stop-go sign.
do you know what would have been better for you?
Why does the stop-go sign look like some sort of stiff object inserting into a glory hole?
Oh,
Jack, good to see you out of the gates early, Jack.
I think you're the only one that sees that. Well, I actually came up. I didn't come up with my own name. I gave a name for each of you guys.
oh, did you?
So Trish, I gave you the alarm clock because you always say that you have no time to do anything else when you have unlimited time in the world, and you're always interrupting everyone. So you're the alarm clock. Jack, I gave you the tampon. Because mainly related to your podcast performances, you're only on about once a month.
And when you are, it's bloody terrible.
Oh,
And
Dad, I gave you the Exorcist because you don't leave a party until all the spirits are gone.
Yeah. And you know what I've got you? I've got
That's
your
very
symbol
clever.
is an old set of 90-year-olds' knees. Because arthritis, eventually you get into every joint.
yeah, that is. Thanks for that.
Do you know, I didn't really like mine, Cooper.
Yeah, I know you didn't laugh, but you decided to laugh at everybody.
Well, I thought the
else's
others
one.
were funny.
Matthew, Trish, let's start with your week.
Well, Matthew gave me a cold.
Did he?
I've been quite flat all week. Yeah, he's one of these people that likes to share everything. He's not. He's coughing and spluttering into the general public. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
He doesn't wash his hands enough.
No, it's true.
I saw him up there before making a salad, and instead of using the salad tossers, he was using his hands. Thank God it wasn't my salad.
Speaking about salad tossers. Speaking about salad tossers, Saturday night, Trish, after you gave me a salad toss, I went out and watched the Matildas.
What does that even mean?
And
Salad
no,
toss.
it doesn't.
You don't know what salad toss is?
No, I don't.
Let's not go into the detail of it, but Google it.
Yeah.
We'll Google it when we leave.
Or playing the rusty trombone. Look, after we played the rusty trombone, I went out and
Like-
well done.
I
to
doubt
the,
it.
I want to say well done to the Matildas. Once again, the penalty shootout to win the quarter final was unbelievable.
Oh,
it's one of the best moments in
Well, you know
Australian
what?
sports history.
It's the only reason I actually like soccer. It's only the penalty shootout. The game itself, a bit
No, but the
boring.
game. You know what? I didn't realise how high level these girls are playing
Oh.
because they are phenomenal.
They're great.
I think they are like what they're doing at the moment, not just for like the world sport, but for particularly the female game. I think it's going to grow the whole female sporting industry, not just soccer.
It
I
made
think it's
me
gonna-
want to play.
soccer or just
Soccer.
sport. Well, I think it's going to be huge for like sports like NRLW.
I've said
and-
numerous. NRLW is an outstanding product.
Yeah. 100%.
And
But I
it
think
just-
this is attracting so many eyes to the female sport now.
Well, 7.2 million people watch that.
Yeah.
Now,
And what was Origin?
It was more than Origin.
Yeah.
a lot more than Origin. It's just about the biggest. The only thing that beat it was Kathy Freeman.
Yeah,
in
2003.
2000 Olympics.
Yeah.
Do you know
So
what
I think I've got no doubt. Once again, as we're recording this, as we're looking forward
God, I
to
hope they win.
projections to tonight, I actually believe that it'll go over 10 million.
I think it'll be pretty massive this week.
Yeah.
But I loved last weekend that everyone gathered in places like public places, in pubs, and everyone was cheering on the whole country.
You're
it was
in
really
bed.
beautiful.
You're in bed. I was watching the penalty
was in
shootout,
bed.
going, "Wow!" You go, "What's going on? What are you yelling for?"
Matt, I was watching it, you Zimbo.
Imbecile.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Simba.
And-
Rugby League in Vegas. I can't wait for that. It's been confirmed the full sides are going
Me
there.
either.
Letting people know that if you're going to book a trip there, a couple of tips. The Double Down Saloon.
Oh, don't go.
Yeah, it's the worst bar in America.
It's really
I loved
close.
it.
They charge you $20. You can get insurance when you walk in. Pay $20 to get insurance. If you vomit, they'll clean it up for you.
I've written this in the article, a couple of tips. You walk in the front door of the Double Down Saloon. It's about a mile off the strip. It's just a sign, shut up and drink. The two drinks they serve over the bar are called arse juice and a bacon daiquiri. And then you order in the
Geez,
bacon
they're quite like they sort of different sides of the spectrum there, aren't they?
Well, I end up, Jack, going for the arse juice, and luckily I went for the $20 insurance as well.
Thank
because
God.
the $20 insurance is if you spew, they'll clean it up. If you don't get the insurance, you got to do it yourself.
Did you spew?
Yeah, I did, and they cleaned it up. So,
Boys, did you come with me to the, is it the Heart Attack Grill?
Yeah, I went there.
Yeah.
Did you come with me? Yeah, that was pretty
They
gross.
put bibs on you. They put the hospital bibs on you.
Yeah.
And the girls whack you on the bum with a paddle.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Matthew.
Yeah.
And the other one, I know. And the other one was the Grand Canyon. Spoiler, it's just a big hole in the ground.
Yeah, but it's pretty beautiful to fly over.
Is it?
Yeah, it was cool to do the helicopter.
Oh,
thing.
very cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
While we just had a big shout out and congratulations to Lachlan Lamb and Adrian Lamb, father-son combination, winning the Challenge Cup. Absolutely incredible with the Lee Leopards. Amazing. They were promoted from the second division last year. They're in line to win the double. Now, at the start of the year, the Lee Leopards were 2,500 to 1 to do the double. So
Wow.
incredible. Lockie kicked the field goal in
That's
golden
awesome.
golden point. It shows you how quick time goes, Trish. 22 years ago, Lemmy, he won the Challenge Cup with Wigan, scored a try and kicked a field goal like young Lockie. And he couldn't
You boys were little mates with him over there when
Remember
we lived in Wigan.
we all went to Marbella together.
We
you
did.
boys were walking around in
Yeah,
sombreros.
he's Lockie's mum saved me from drowning.
She did. You fell into the pool. I didn't see, and she jumped straight
I still
in the
remember that.
bath
I
too.
still have nightmares. Thanks for looking after me, you two.
And look, while on the UK theme, big thank you to Anthony Broxton, who sent me a book out. He's just written called Hope and Glory, Rugby League in Thatcher's Great Britain. So, Anthony, I really appreciate the book. Can't wait to read it.
The owner of the Lee Leopards looks like quite a character as well.
Doesn't he just?
isn't he just a
I want to be
spiv?
friends with him. He looks fun.
Something tells me he'd be more than happy to take you as a friend.
He looks really fun. He's always got the leopard print on. He's very funny. I like him a lot.
It's just a great story.
I also want to be friends with the French coach,
With the French
the
coach.
girls'
Oh,
French team coach.
He stole the show the other night.
He certainly did. See, you noticed.
See the blonde guy?
Oh, yeah.
He was fired up, eh? And he
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Oh, not about that. Are you saying because he had a couple buttons down?
Well, I don't know. He just looked pretty.
Well,
Yeah.
me, Matt
Trish was
Croker, and
Trish
Jill
was
Lucas think
desperate.
it was the appropriate amount of buttons.
Oh, you
Loose.
think? Yeah. He's a bit
He
of a
was good.
fox. Yeah.
Trish wants to pork him big time.
No,
Jack,
no.
you're an I week before these two run wild. Talking about porking old man. You got anything?
Yeah, well, we played over the weekend, and after the match, a few of us decided to go and play some putt-putt golf because, not as strenuous as normal golf. Go practice your short game. Not that I'm a golfer. And we went to Rip It Golf in the afternoon, and the owner he's a listener of the podcast.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's apparently he's been DMing Cooper and Trish, as he's been telling me and Dylan.
Yes.
For quite a while now, they've just finished off the mini golf course and they're trying to do an 18-hole mini golf speed dating.
I think it's genius.
He's been trying to get it sorted for me and Dylan to sit on certain holes, and then each hole you go to the next one and someone stays.
Yeah, I love that idea. I think it's genius.
There's a couple of lines in there, but I'm not going to touch it.
I
It's
know.
fair to say a hole
Oh,
in
no,
one.
Stop there.
Hopefully, there's no one on the other end of that hole.
Have you, stop it. So have you stopped playing house?
Oh, Trish, continue. What was your
okay,
week?
okay.
Yeah, hey, by the way, Jack, how was that cigar? Jack rang us it was Sunday night, and he's having a big fat cigar. All the boys were having a cigar, a celebratory cigar.
Yeah, with the Rum Diary. The Rum Diary, well, in reserve grade we had a good win, so we'll celebrate, and why not?
Yeah.
The line Jack used to me was, he said, if it's good enough for Michael Jordan, it's good enough for me.
You're similar. I hope
Well,
you
I'll
didn't
take
draw
it.
back. I didn't know when I first had a cigar, and I drew right back. You're not meant to, apparently.
What are you supposed to just swish around the mouth?
Yeah, pretty much. You don't inhale it into your chest,
How
which is not good.
it doesn't feel good the next day. Up there with
Horrible.
Beetle nut. Beetle nut's not good the
Yeah,
next day.
beetle nut rocks ya. My week, while we're on that sort of stuff, I was leaving radio the other day, and this is a good little piece of story for you. I was leaving radio in the morning, and it's very busy in there, and I had to go to the toilet for a wee-wee, but I decided not to because I thought I'll get home. I was driving, I got to DY, and there's that United servo in DY across
On
from
the corner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the corner. And I just had to go, so I shot in there. No bathroom in that
Yeah,
servo,
sometimes there aren't bathrooms.
which
in
is weird. I thought it'd be illegal.
Some of them
no.
don't.
And there was a couple cashiers laughing at me because I was clearly had to pee.
Fussy.
And I shot back to my car and I was like, I'm just going to get this out right here in the middle. There was cars coming either side of me. So I had a little bottle in there and I just did a wee in the bottle. And it was like the greatest feeling I ever had in my life. And I had my eyes closed and stuff. Like, it was so good.
So you parked in the service station.
I was
doing
parked
this?
in the service station doing it. A bit paranoid about the cameras. Was a little bit paranoid about the cameras. The worst thing in the world, when I opened my eyes, I was probably about 3/4 through the bottle at this stage. This old lady was just staring at me through my windshield and like blowing up. And I was like, oh, she can see it. Like, she can see me urinating in the bottle. And she come up to the door and I've kind of just like lowered myself. So like I'm hiding the bottle down there, still sort of half like drizzling out. And she came up to the window and I said, yeah. And she goes, are you leaving? And I went, yeah. And she goes, I'm waiting for you. And I was just like, oh, sorry. Didn't see me pissing. So then she walks back to her car and just staring at me in the rearview mirror while I'm like getting the rest of this piss out. And then I just brought it up and she seen me like put the bottle down. So I think she ended up knowing I was pissing all over my hands.
Tim, mate, you got to borrow one of my cowboy boots.
Well, I needed something because it was only a litre bottle.
Oh, Jesus. How much are you weighing?
Oh, more than-
Only a litre.
Pissing like a racehorse.
How much do you usually weigh?
Well, I don't know. I've never measured it.
I used to weigh myself before because I used to get my weight.
Yeah, I've done that
to
too.
get my weight up at Melbourne. Because I used to have to, they wanted me at a certain weight. I used to drink like 2 litres of water, weigh on, and then just like piss, just like unlimited. I remember one day I got from like, I ended up dropping like 2.5 kilos in piss.
I've never heard something.
I think I've weighed myself before and after a pee. I think I've got about 500 grams, maybe.
Yeah, well,
Biggest
mine
one,
is huge.
Biggest one ever. I oftentimes, when you're trying to lose weight, I get up in the morning, do a shit, and then weigh myself. Sorry. I weigh myself and then go and expel feces from my body, and then go and weigh myself and just see how big it was. The record was almost a kilo.
Really? Yeah, it would be. It is.
You know what? You spend a lot of the time on the toilet. Matt and I have been fighting a lot this week about how much time he's on the toilet. Because I go to the toilet when I have to go. I do my business. I'm out of there. He sits there with his phone and he sits in there. Mate,
It's awesome.
No,
go to an outside toilet.
So that Dave and Gav are going, yep, they're with me. Something great.
That's fine. Don't do it in our ensuite. There's another 3 toilets in this house. Go use one of those.
No. See, Trish did this the other day. She goes, I was about to go to the toilet. She goes, you better go to the toilet. See, I'm busting. She goes, let me go first. Okay. So I'm standing there waiting. She goes, hops off. So I sit there and I'm sitting on the toilet. She comes back in a couple of minutes. Are you done yet? I went, no. She goes, oh, God. And she's waiting there. And I said, mate, you can wait there all night. I won't be hurrying up. I'm just expelling this from my body.
Gross.
And when I'm done, anyway, we start fighting over it.
Mate, if we rebuild, I'm getting separate toilets.
Oh, please, that'd be a dream for me.
I think the
Rebuild
Actually,
marriage.
whole separate bathrooms.
Jack, I think the
bedrooms.
ladies have started to link up cycles, if you know what I'm talking about. Kenna and Trish. They've started to, yeah.
I told you this could happen.
It's been a couple of weeks now. I think they're starting to link up menstrual cycles because they're starting to fire up together. They were coming after me today about something.
Yeah, that was because you were being rude.
Yeah,
Cooper.
There's that, but also I've been starting to sense. Apparently, there's a group of polar bears starting to make their way across
I saw a grizzly.
from the South Atlantic.
Saw a grizzly. Turned out it was our neighbour Marty.
Hey, Marty Ma.
Should we go on to Cooper's nasty review, guys?
Yes, please.
Thanks. This week, I was on Wikipedia, and I wasn't on Wikipedia. Some of our listeners have been sending me this for a while, and I wanted to slip it into the podcast, and now is as good a time as any. Some of our loyal listeners who remember from maybe a year ago, we used to make certain jokes about Tyron Wishart, which aren't going to be aired right now.
No, we don't talk about that anymore.
We don't talk about it anymore. But it used to be a running joke that Tyron used to do something. And
be talented.
yeah.
Oh.
Yep, we weren't going to say it, but
Matt.
Dad said it. He gets very angry, Dad. He's going to be off
He gets really angry.
He doesn't like it. So I went on Wikipedia this week, and somebody's gone onto my Wikipedia, and they've changed my Wikipedia. It sort of states Cooper Johns plays 5'8" halfback, used to be at the Storm and at Manly, and then it stops. And somebody's decided to add on the end of it. He is also best friends with Melbourne contortionist Tyron Wishart. And for those who don't know what contortion is, I decided to read out the definition. Someone who twists their body into strange and unnatural shapes in order to entertain others.
Or themselves.
In which case was himself.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very brilliant from some of our listeners.
Brilliant.
If we do a podcast out there, do a big public podcast once.
Well, we've been talking about it.
Talk about it. Have a good
just
Wish on as a
logistics.
guest.
We should
Get the crowd to cheer him on. Where's she? Wishbone. Wishbone.
We actually should do that.
Okay.
On that note, let's go to a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the podcast. We've been fighting for about 5 minutes in that ad break. Hope you enjoyed those commercials. Jack, you're 5-1 this week. Apparently it's really good.
Yeah. So last week on SEN, we did 10-1 Rockstar arrests. So I decided to choose the 5 most entertaining out of those 10 and read them out for you.
Love it.
Well done.
All right. So number 5, I've gone with the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. In the 1980s, he had his clothes locked up by wife Sharon to stop him from going out on another bender. Well, it didn't work, and he went out in one of her dresses on the town. He was caught by police and arrested after pissing on a historical landmark in Alamo.
Alamo.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Back to Earth.
What school did
Okay.
you send him to again?
Number 4, I've gone with Peter Buck from R.E.M. In 2001, Peter Buck had something of a turn on a British Airways flight from Seattle to London after supposedly consuming 15 refills of wine. Buck ransacked the cabin as well as trying to hide cutlery up his sleeve. He also attempted to insert a CD into a trolley, thinking it was a CD player, and fought the aeroplane staff over a bottle of yogurt.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Love that.
Yeah, he was charged as he left the plane. Number 3, I've gone with Mick Jagger, Brian Jones, and Bill Wyman from the Rolling Stones. The Stones, on the way back from a gig, in the 1960s, stopped at a gas station where they wanted to relieve themselves. So they asked the attendant for keys to the lavatory. The attendant obviously didn't realise who they were, as they were denied to use the lavatory. So they proceeded to go around the store and piss wherever they liked. This ended up in obviously a police matter.
I should have done that.
As it should.
Should have done that.
Yeah. Number 2, quick and easy. Iggy Pop, out of nowhere, off his face during a gig, pulled out his penis on stage. That'll get you arrested. This is my favourite. I love reading this out straight from the reporter because they state it quite well. Chris Robinson, frontman of the Black Crowes, all right? The frontman needed a legal remedy after being arrested in May 1991 for an incident at a Denver 7-Eleven. Robinson was in the midst of buying beer when a female customer noticed his long-limbed presence. In quotes, "There's the singer of the Black Crowes," she excitingly told her friend, where her friend said, "Who are the Black Crowes?" This sent Robinson into a vein of frenzy. After berating the friend for her eating habits as she was buying a Twinkie, the singer spat on her and stormed out of the 7-Eleven and went on a fiery rant throughout the car park. He was later charged with disturbing the peace and fined after being arrested.
What a dirty pig.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hate the man, not the music. Love it. Hey,
yeah.
little thing, let me light your candle.
Like, really,
Well, his
who doesn't know
music's
who the
not
Black
that
Crows are?
Me. I wouldn't know what he looked like.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Yeah, I wouldn't care either. Ugh,
Righto, I
gross.
think we've got some pop culture today as well. So
Do we have
We'll
Cooper?
throw over to
Do we?
our very own Peter Overton over there.
You know what? I think I'm not coming back next week for the show anyway. Okay, Blindside guy, Michael Oars, is suing the, I believe it's called Tui family, the family from the movie. He's apparently, like he's 37 now, when he was 18, he's saying they got him to sign a conservatorship, which doesn't actually allow them to adopt him. He thought he was adopted. But what it does, it makes them able to act in a business sense for him.
Yeah, access
So,
is
and
fun.
he's saying now that the movie he made nothing from, and he's saying that the family did make money from it, but he got not a cent
They
from
had
it.
royalties and everything from the movie, and he didn't get a cent.
well.
I don't understand.
You
Yeah,
see,
that's not right.
the father, well, the stepfather, who he thought was the stepfather, was best friends with Michael Lewis. Michael Lewis wrote the book Blindside. He also wrote Moneyball. Both got turned into films.
Oh, really? Because also he's the lawyer back in the day that used to manage Michael and did the
Conservatorship.
did all that for him. He's not his manager anymore because he was really close with the family. I think he sort of took advantage of him.
Okay. Sound like it's
Well,
a
I
real
mean-
wicked web.
Yeah, I know, but at the end of the day, they also took him in and gave him the opportunity that he'd have never had.
But they should have let him know that they went, oh, what a wicked web we
but if
weave
they're-
from the first
but
we
if-
do deceive.
But I think they should have, absolutely, he should have been cut in on the
But if their
thing.
intentions were to make money off him, then that's bad.
Well, do you think that they were, though?
Well, I'm no genius, but it's starting to seem a little bit like that, isn't it?
Well, not necessarily. Like, I mean, they gave him a home. He was homeless.
Seems like that's what you guys are doing with me. Anything else for pop culture?
Do you know, Russell Brand, it was revealed this week, broke up with his wife at the time of 14 months, Katy Perry, through a text.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
What an asshole.
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, you know, it's...
What, you think that's okay, Jack? Are you
No, no,
proposing
no.
through a text too?
I think that's
No, that's horrible, Trish. It's so horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that it for pop culture?
No, I have more, but apparently you've given me time, so take it away, Cooper.
This is part of the argument. See, Trish had... When we said, what do we get through? Trish goes, I've got loads. And we said,
I had
can
3.
you reduce it down? And then there was like an explosion, people.
Yeah.
An absolute explosion.
And the 2 we told her to do, she didn't even. She decided to cut one of them to do the other one instead. But that's okay. Dad, your predicament of the week.
Okay, I've got a mile to get through here. Do you know the guy from The Blind Side? No. Okay, now, you are offered a role in a film. You get to select which one you want to act in. You can act alongside Ricky Gervais in a comedy, act alongside Matt Damon in a drama, act alongside Sylvester Stallone in an action film, act alongside Lady Gaga in a musical, or act opposite Brad Pitt or Jennifer Aniston in a romance.
That's tough.
I think I know. I'm nearly certain I know which way you're going to go.
Yeah.
Brad or Ricky Gervais? I
Oh.
don't know.
I thought she was going to say Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
No way. Nah. I'm going Brad Pitt, actually.
You're going Brad Pitt.
I thought I'd go the funny man, but I'm going the hot man.
Do you know the Brad Pitt got?
The older I get a little desperate.
Do you know? I'm interviewing Jim Jeffries soon. Read today, Brad Pitt reached out to Jim Jeffries and said, "Love your humour, and I'd love to be involved in one of your skits." And it's very, very funny. I had a look at it. He plays a depressed weatherman.
Oh, has he done it?
Yeah, it's very, very good. It's excellent. Which one are you thinking,
I'm probably going to go Ricky Gervais, I think.
Jack?
I'll go with Sly Stallone. I'll happily be I'd like a buddy comedy sort of action movie. I could work well with Sly.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go act alongside Matt Damon. I think Matt Damon would be a really nice guy.
He is a really nice
Oh,
guy.
really?
And I can see
he is.
me and him being best friends forever.
I can see us buying a zoo together and getting super intimate.
Oh, I love it.
Jack, the moment we've been waiting for. Apparently, it's a ripper. Are you doing movie of the week? Or
I got
recipe?
some feedback about my of the week segment from listener Mark. What in the was that? For sake, I didn't think recipe of the week was any good, and didn't think it could get any worse. And then you go and thrust a movie of the week upon us. Bring back recipe of the week. Well, Mark, I'll do exactly that.
Well done.
Mark.
Oh, mate.
And I did get some feedback. I did run into a few people over the weekend at the game, and a few of the lads doing some labour work out in west of Newcastle were telling me, for God's sake, I listened to the pod. They were saying, what were they saying? They were saying we listen to the podcast every day, every Friday. It gets us through the morning. But for God's sake, change movie of the week. So I will do that for you. I'll try and help you out. So this week, I'm doing an Italian sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Thanks. So you're doing
I made
recipe.
it, Sorry, Coop?
So you're doing recipe of the week. I like that.
Yeah, we're doing recipe of the week.
Okay,
We're going
let's
back.
go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's kick off with so you get a white long roll, okay? You toast it if you can. Then what you're going to do is on each side of the roll, on one side you're going to slather hummus. On the other side, get some roasted capsicum spread, which you can get at your local Coles. Mate, even if you can go and roast some capsicum yourself, maybe put it in the oven, let it go for an hour, but then chuck it in there, try that. But I like the capsicum spread. It's nice and easy and quick. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get prosciutto, hot salami, and mortadella.
Ooh.
Now, put on as much as you like. Mate, load it up if you like, whatever you want, Up to you, how much the portions. Chuck all that on top of on the hummus side. Then next we're going provolone cheese.
Ah, yes.
All right, be generous. And then optional, you chuck some green olives on there, if you like. But it's on you, okay? And I've named this this beautiful sandwich the Cholester roll.
I like it.
Oh.
Excellent. Nice play on words.
yes.
Number one, son.
That's
There
clever.
you go. You're welcome.
Now,
You're
the
welcome.
only thing is, you called it the Italian roll. Hummus is not Italian, let me assure you.
No, but it's
It's a spin.
Mediterranean.
It's like fusion,
It's an
okay?
interpretation.
Yeah, it sits on the Mediterranean,
Yeah.
where
Okay.
it's popular.
And good for our listeners. If you want to go and get all those ingredients, it'll only cost you about $140.
No,
so that's
I like
perfect.
that. It's whet my appetite.
Yeah, that's good. You know what? Let's go to a quick break. We'll be back with Here's Shit You Can Impress Your Mates With and Cooper's Quiz. Welcome back to the podcast. We've just about kissed and made up. Dad, here's shit you can impress your mates with.
Thank you very much.
Make it short.
Thank you very much, Cooper. This one, if you like James Cameron, you like action films and you like drugs, you're going to love this. James Cameron, of course, he made Terminator 1. It was his big breakout movie. Then he made a movie called The Abyss, which absolutely bombed, and he went through a crisis of confidence. So he sat down to write Terminator 2. He really needed inspiration, had lost confidence. So when writing the script of Terminator 2, he was on a diet of ecstasy tablets. He admits to. He was taking ecstasy, and it turns out one of the greatest action films of all time. But what's really interesting, if you watch the difference between Terminator 1 and Terminator 2, the amount of killing in Terminator 1, and you watch the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in Terminator 2, it's much softer, and it has a very emotional ending. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger pushed it back against it. He goes, no, the Terminator's a killer. And James Cameron goes, my goal in this is at the end they'll be crying for you, which happened at the premiere.
Do
So there you go.
that had something to do with the drugs?
When he wrote the script, yes, he was in that mind state. So he
So would you
softened
say
the Terminator.
the ecstasy almost mellowed him out?
Ecstasy, or as young people call them, pingers. Yes.
a pinger?
They did. Yes, it did.
That's well done, Alan.
Pingers.
Cooper's Quiz this week. While we're on the me and Gav have gone to the drawing board, and
You and Gav seem to be in cahoots.
we are friends, colleagues, lovers. And while we're on the topic of pissing off Trish, we've done a rhyming Riddler edition today, Trish. So we do our riddles, and all these riddles rhyme.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to, like that, we got 15 seconds from when I say it, and then you guys will write down your answer,
Okay.
and we'll go through the list.
Oh, geez, we've got a problem here. We've got pen? Thanks, Coops.
Here you go, you can take that.
Yeah.
Trish, you need
You
a
got
pen?
a pen
She's
there,
got
Jake?
I'm always prepared. I have a pen.
one. Okay, well done, Trish.
So
okay.
the riddle. So say it one more time for us, Skip. So the riddle.
So he's going to give us a rhyming riddle.
Yep.
Are you joking? Or you actually want me to explain it again?
Just go. Just go.
Okay. First riddle. What is the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space, the start of every end, and the end of every race? I will say that again. What is the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space, the start of every end, and the end of every race? Let me know when you have your answers down. Jack's still, his pen hasn't touched the paper and time. Trish? Matthew? What do you got?
I've gone Big Bang.
Okay.
I went start.
Jack?
I said line.
Back to James Cameron.
Okay. The answer was the letter E, actually.
So
Back
say
to
it
James
again.
Cameron.
So now knowing
True.
that,
Yeah, say it again.
what is the beginning of eternity,
Oh,
the
E.
end of time and space,
E.
the start of
Excellent.
every end, and the end of every race?
Excellent. Very, very good, gentlemen.
We decided to make
Well
it as
done,
hard
kid.
as we possibly could. today.
That was good.
I'll be surprised if we get any of these. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Okay. Second
If
one.
any of our people get them, honestly, let me know.
Yeah.
Our
okay.
listeners aren't honest.
They made me a mouth, but didn't give me breath. Water gives me life, but the sun brings me death. What am I? I'll say that again
Yeah,
for
please.
Jack. They made me a mouth, but didn't give me breath. Water gives me life, but the sun brings me death.
Oh, I think I know it.
God, I hope I get it. Who wants to start?
River?
Moon.
Jack?
River?
It's actually a snowman.
Oh, God.
They gave me breath, no
That-
mouth, no.
I liked your answer though, Trish. I thought that was quite good.
That was actually
It wasn't
very good.
mine.
Thank
I
you. Well, a
copied it.
river has a mouth.
Dude, you're doing good, Trish. Doing good.
Okay.
Everyone's being
I'll-
nice now because you've been assholes.
0 from 2. No, you're doing really well. I'm very impressed with your answers.
Shut up.
We need someone to cook those veal schnitzels.
I'm not. I'm going to bed after
No,
this.
you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No,
I'm
you're
not talking anymore.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 3.
Cook your own meals.
Settle down. Let the quizmaster say his riddle. His rhyming riddle. Okay.
Riddle man.
I have an eye, but cannot see. You'll head inside when you see me.
Sorry, what was that last line?
I have an eye, but cannot see. You'll head inside when you see me. Me and Gav have been very excited to say this. Now, I need your answers.
I need another minute.
Another minute. Has anybody got
An
their...
eye.
I'll say it one more time for
Yep.
you. I have an eye, but cannot see. You'll head inside when you see me.
Oh,
Has everyone got their answers down?
Okay, I'll say it. I'll say
Is it-
it's not right.
is it the storm? The eye of the storm?
Jack?
I like that from Trish, but I was going to go with what's that? What are those beasts with one eye? What are they called again?
A
A
uniclops?
cyclops.
Cyclops.
A cyclops.
Sorry,
Yeah, is it a cyclops?
She got a unicycle and a cyclops confused then.
No, it's a unicyclop.
Is it? It's a cyclops on
It's
a
a thing.
unicycle.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Dad, what did you have?
I've gone needle. But,
Well, needle was what I first thought.
It was a storm, Patricia.
Well
Well
done.
done.
It was
Well
the run
done,
inside
Teach.
when you see me that made me switch
Wonderful.
to
and
the storm.
she's the only winner today.
oh, wow.
We're going to have a tiebreaker, but Trish, you're the only one to get any
You know
answers
what?
today.
Give us the last one. These are quite fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
you like 'em.
Yeah.
Now, this one doesn't rhyme, the tiebreaker,
Oh, no.
which is unfortunate because I enjoy saying them. Okay. I cannot speak, but I tell everything. I have hinges, but I'm neither a door or window. I cannot speak, but I tell everything. I have hinges, but I'm neither a door nor a window. Now I need your answers 2 and 1.
What was the first line of it? I'm sorry.
I cannot speak,
I cannot speak.
but I tell everything. What do you guys
Can I
think?
go first?
Yeah.
What kind
Picture
of,
frame?
Trish? I'm not going to...
the only thing I could think of was an oracle.
Oh. Oracle with one eye. Cyclops Oracle on unicycle. Taking ecstasy. Watching Terminator 2. I've gone...
In a storm.
I've gone a book. I'm at it.
Well, Dad, a book is actually the answer.
Ah.
It is.
Really?
Yeah, it is. That's
Well,
brilliant.
that is...
Hinges.
Yeah.
No hinges.
I have hinges, but I'm neither a door or a window. Because
Oh,
it has a
hinges.
hinge when you
Yeah.
open and close it.
Okay.
Or
That's
do we
shit.
call that something else, actually? The spine of the book.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's a topic for pop culture next week. Peter?
No. Riddler.
Do we have anything else? Do we have feedback tips
I've got
before we end up?
feedback. Am I allowed to say it?
Yeah, that's all right.
Okay, cheers, says Paul, for this week's pod, being last week's pod. Feedback. It was a bit shitty.
Okay, we could have left that one.
I thought that was cute. I liked it a lot. Matt, more talking about shit and bed sheets that look like Olympic flags and less movie guessing games. Cooper? Tracy tells Coops they actually have talking watches and clocks for the vision impaired. They've been around for a very long time.
Interesting.
Nick says, we just used the parking ferries and got to this spot at the beach in Coolangatta, unheard of on a Saturday morning. I'm a believer.
Stay off the mushies.
Yeah. And lastly, Emily tells us about a doco she found on SBS On Demand called The Man with a Penis on His Arm. He thought this would be something that our family might enjoy watching. I've got no idea why.
Shout out to Tyron Wish it again.
Oh, he's going to be filthy. I love it. Any tips before we go?
Tips, people, honestly, you got to see a Netflix documentary on Johnny Manziel, who was, it is incredible. It's one of the untold out of the Untold series. It's called Johnny Football. Heisman Trophy winner, phenomenon, got picked up by the Cleveland Browns and basically went on an 18-month bender and self-sabotaged, but it is amazing.
Yeah, that is. I've heard it's very good. You have been ranting about it ever since,
Yeah, I
haven't you?
have.
Jack Johns, brilliant today. Some of your best stuff.
I miss you, Jack.
Matthew,
I really miss you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Trish, you get the gold today.
Well done, Trish.
Well done.
You
You're
did
out.
Doesn't matter. I'm
amazingly
still not
well.
cooking dinner for you.
That's right.
And I'm running away from home.
Well,
I've got my little sack packed. I'm out.
yep. Well, watch out for those bears chasing you down the road. We'll see you next week, guys.
I'm sure the hand and just around.